Jai Shriman Narayan, Jai Shriman Narayan, Jai Shriman Narayan. I pay my obeisances to my spiritual master, Srimad Jagat Guru Sudarshan Acharya Ji Maharaj. I pay my obeisances to Lord Sri Ramanuj. I pay my obeisances to our Purva Acharya. I pay my obeisance to the 12 Alvars. I pay my obeisances to Mother Lakshmi, and I pay my obeisances to Lord Sriman Narayan. I welcome all of you here physically at the Sri Narayan Dham in Durban, South Africa. I welcome those that are watching this discourse locally, nationally, and internationally. And I welcome in advance those that are going to be watching this discourse when it is posted on YouTube and the various groups from around the world subsequently. We are on a month dedicated to my personal guru, Swami Sudarshan Acharya Ji Maharaj, and Lord Sri Ramanuj, the first original, authentic guru of Kaliyug. And I, throughout these days, today is day number 8. In the preceding 7 days, I discussed various sections and I showed evidentially that Lord Sri Ramanuj is the Adi Guru of Kaliyug, and I also evidentially showed that his explanation of Sanatana Dharma is perfect. You either read the Vedas or read the work of Lord Ramanuj, it's going to be identical because Lord Ramanuj explanation of the Vedas was or is in accordance with Veda Vyasa's explanation, compilation of the Vedic injunctions. When I say Vedas, I mean transcendental knowledge. Dana, you have in your own TikTok the Dana talk. Done, Dana, done. All right. Even Trisha knows Dana. Yeah. Sean, get it for him. Dana is the most active on social media. When I say this, everyone else should be badly embarrassed. Very, very badly embarrassed. As soon as I put a post, Dana is there. Well, Dana got nothing to do. We took him out of driving, but Dana is there. So this is our communication system. This is how we're going to communicate to the world. And we need to do it aggressively because those that are postulating false philosophies, are they seated somewhere or are they aggressively postulating that false philosophies which we have already identified? They are, every second post, they are busy from around the world. Read the post and see, we ignited them and they are posting. That is not our intention. Our intention is to expose them. So if we do not actively participate in this exposure, then this these discourses will be in their favor. Okay, so you saw what I do. I take each of the posts, I put a heading, and I repost. And if you can do that, I have given you sufficient information as proof of why this organization must have no existence in the world. All right? And I'm going to give you a quotation. Who is the compiler of all Vedic knowledge? Veda. Can anyone supersede him? Anyone. Nobody can supersede him. Okay. Did the Mahabharata happen? Did the war at Kurukshetra happen? Did Lord Krishna incarnate 5,021 years ago? Was he on this planet Earth? What is the evidence? What is the evidence? The relics? Okay. 2001, the Indian Navy in the coast of Gujarat, they did explorations and they found that city as described in the Mahabharata where Lord Sri Krishna lives under the sea. And in the Mahabharata, when Lord Krishna left, he sank this city. So in the Mahabharata, they saying he sank this city, and evidence today, scientific evidence today, is showing that this city is in excess in between 7,500 to 10,000 years old. Carbon dating is showing that this city that is under the sea at the moment, precisely as we speak, all right, scientific evidence is showing the palace and the entire city where Lord Sri Krishna lived. Then at Kurukshetra, archaeologists found the descriptions of artilleries that were used in Kurukshetra. Wagons were found, bows and arrows were found, and over 1 million people died at Kurukshetra, yes? Was there a bloodbath? Couple million people died? Was there a bloodbath? Very few people survived the Kurukshetra, yes, on both sides. So, if you there was blood on the ground from millions of people, what must happen to that blood? It must soak into the ground. And 5,000 years later, if you dig that ground, what color the soil must be? What color? Is there red soil at Kurukshetra? Did archaeologists find red sand only in Kurukshetra and not beyond the parameters of Kurukshetra? So, scientifically, what has been confirmed? The Bhagavad Gita was spoken in real time. Bhagavad Gita was spoken in real time at Kurukshetra. That is? Also concentrate on the Guru. I know you pressing hearts there. All right. Jessica, go home for 1 hour, teach Satish how to listen to the Guru and press at the same time. Send me a WhatsApp when he's learned, all right? Okay, so I'm saying two. There's many other evidences that we can bring, but I'm just citing two for the purpose of this discourse. One, that city of Dwarika is under the sea. Anybody who want to dispute or refute what I'm saying, go to Dwarika. They are doing scuba diving. Scuba diving as a tourist attraction, and this was started off by the Prime Minister himself, Narendra Modi. He went in a capsule and he made namaskar. He made namaskar to the Murti of Lord Sri Krishna under the sea. So no one can dispute what I'm saying. There is nobody that can dispute what I'm saying. As always, anything I say in my discourse cannot be disputed. I'm not going to sit here and say anything that can be disputed or refuted. Nothing I say can be disputed or refuted. Both in my material life, I led a life exactly like that. And Mataji should say, you always want to be right. I should always be right because I always research, I always analyze, then I open my mouth. If I open my mouth, then you must know you're wasting your time, Satish. If I don't open my mouth, it means I have not researched and not analyzed. I don't go into subjects I know nothing about. And Mataji will tell you, I should be holding the wall and debating. On one leg, but I'm still debating. That is why you can ask her after satsang. Then the voice should go away, drowsy. But I'm still, until my eyes closed. But I never debated wrong. I spoke drunken sense. Cyril, have you enjoyed that? Normally when I discuss, Cyril's two eyes are closed. He's savoring every word. And now I said, I made drunken sense. He's happy. Never thought he'll hear Guru say that. Anu, you ever thought you'll hear Guru say he made drunken sense? So I'm just saying, when I sit here confidently talking, I've been made up this way as as God put me together when I was broken into pieces. God put me together so that I could fashion out the absolute truth. I can fashion out the absolute truth. So, so we saying Mahabharata is history. We saying Mahabharata is history. Before 2001, when people read the Mahabharata, we had a lot of Western philosophers who learned Sanskrit to decipher what was in the books of Sanatana Dharma. Yes, I don't want to mention the names. They went back to the parliament and they devised ways to break up the Gurukul system, because this system, what I'm doing here now, bringing you together, made India the most prosperous country in the world for all times. No theft, everything was dharma, because dharma means righteousness, because you was taught the school of righteousness. Yajvan would have went to a Gurukul. He would have learned science, math, Bhagavad Gita, four Vedas, righteousness, ethics, morality from this age. So you don't need prisons, you don't need a police force, you don't need anyone policing anyone. It was a perfect society. When they came to India, all this is documented in the Parliament of Britain. These documents are there, whatever I'm relaying to you. And they devised a plan to break down and they used the caste system to divide this India and this heritage of the Vedas. And they learned Sanskrit so they could understand the mentality. But when they read the Mahabharata and when they read that the city of Mathura, Dwarika was sunk when Lord Sri Krishna left, how big a joke it was, Satish Bhai. How big the joke was, Vasan? Vasan knows. And when they read in the Ramayana that there was a bridge built on the sea between Sri Lanka and India, how big that joke was. They said, no, these Indians have created this from their minds. NASA found that bridge. Did they find it? That bridge between Sri Lanka and India is that bridge found. The biology that was described in the Ramayana, did biologists from various countries walk the route of Lord Ram and verify that biology, that plants, the fauna that existed that time, is it still around in India? Did they see a huge footprint of Lord Hanuman, the size of this ashram? Is that footprint still there? Can they figure out how that footprint came? But if you read the Ramayana, can you figure out how that footprint was there? So is anything a myth? It is an exact science, and this is why I said religion is traced from history. Sanatana Dharma is traced from science. Everything in Sanatana Dharma, 1 plus 1 must equal to 2. Okay? So we know the Ramayana was the actual truth, and we know the Mahabharata is the actual, factual, scientific truth. We know in the Mahabharata, Veda Vyas and Lord Krishna lived at the same time. In fact, Veda Vyas was the father of Pando and the father of Rashtra. His one son was the compiler of the Vedas. His one son was demonic, his other son was divine. So we know Veda Vyas, the compiler, he compiled the Mahabharata pertaining to his. Rashmika, we reached 10,000? Okay. 26,000. Well, need me to talk until we reach 100,000? I'm talking for half an hour. If I talk for 2 hours, I'm just doing a quick math today. 1 plus 1 is equal to 25,000 in half an hour times 4, 100,000. Gerald? Okay, tomorrow bring your phone so we can reach that 100,000 faster. Thank you, Session. Session is watching. Sean? Oh, he's busy having a party. He came late from work today. Okay. Yes, so I'm reiterating, I'm trying to drive this point home. I'm trying to drive this point home. Again, Veda Vyas is the compiler of all the Vedas. When Lord Shri Krishna was here, Veda Vyasa was with him. When he wrote the Mahabharata, Lord Krishna was with him. When he dictated the Bhagavad Gita and when he dictated the Mahabharata, he had first-hand knowledge. He had first-hand knowledge of who Lord Krishna is. The compiler, I want you to understand again, the compiler of all the Vedas, he did not just sit and collate information that he found in patches here and there and there and there. He lived the moment. He witnessed the Lord. Did he witness the Lord? He witnessed the Lord, his speech. He witnessed everything that need to be witnessed about the Lord. Yes, he, he lived in the same timing as the Lord. I'm repeating because I want this to sink in, because I'm accused. I am accused of being jealous. Some people accuse me of being envious. Trisha, you think your guru can be jealous? What evidence you got? Trisha, I told you, any submission must be supported by evidence. You think your guru can be envious? Hmm? I can't put you, Jessica. I can't put Trisha as a witness for the guru. She's going to faint in court. I'm just going to leave Jessica there. Only Jessica. All right. And when I'm gone, so Vasan phoned me and he told me that the lawyer that's supposed to do the will, my will, when I'm late, you need a will, isn't it? When you need the will, when I'm early or when I'm late, when you need the will. So Vasan phoned me and he told me the attorney is late. And I told Vasan, I'm confused now. I need the will when I'm late. How is the attorney late? And the attorney was so late that we got no further communication. Or we got and Vasan forgot to relay it to the Guru. It wasn't? We got followers, Vasan. Live followers. They want to know what's going to be in the Guru's will. Vasan. They want to make sure there's no GBC and gurus fighting each other. They want this. They like the evidence that the Guru is present in us, and want to make sure when the Guru is late, the ashram mustn't be late. Okay? So everything we do, even when I'm not here, it have to be done with the structure, it have to be done with the formality, and it must be evidence-based. If Sean say, my father did it like this, If Sean say, I'm doing it like this, I took an oath with my father at Guruji's Samadhi place. I'm one of the three founders, and my father did Ram Nomi like this. Must you accept it? No. You must go on YouTube, type there Ram Nomi in the lifetime of Acharya Cham Ramanuj. I think YouTube will be faster that time because I'm going to look for long. And then check what I did in every Ram Nomi and see whether Sean is consistent with saying what his father did. I'm just giving you an example. This is how this ashram must run. It must run evidence based. I took this guruship on because it is evidence based. I was tired of the confusion in Sanatana Dharma. So tired that I was an atheist for most of my life. Up until the age of 45, I was an atheist. Okay? So I took, when we were informed in India, let me talk about 2001 quickly. 2001, Guruji and his disciple, G.S. Bhava, was having a conversation. Guruji and his disciple in 2001, G.S. Bhava, was having a conversation. Bhava was one of the naughtiest disciples of Guruji. He was a billionaire. He was providing aluminium in India. He was one of the biggest aluminium dealers in India, but he was also attracted to Guruji. He started when Guruji first exposed himself. And he gave us a lot of stories. Sean was there, Mataji was there. Sean was G.S. Bhava's tea boy. He used to run and make tea. And you know what milk? Tell them what milk, Sean. Tell them what milk. Fresh cow milk from the udders straight into the jug, straight into the tea. All right? And G.S. Bhava said that Guruji had a diary and he had a secretary. And in the diary, he will write Avir Banwarilal in 8 months' time will land at the ashram. And on that day in 8 months, Avir Banwarilal will be there in his queue. And Guruji will say, Avir Bhai, come forward. And before you can ask him anything, he'll tell you your whole story and you must move because the queues were long. So Guruji always knew. Then Guruji would say, see that Bhai there, Satish Bhai, how hard he's working in ashram. In 6 months' time, he'll be gone. In 6 months' time, he'll be gone. And Baba would say, no, can't you see how hard he's working? Guruji would say, no, no, his time will expire in 6 months. Okay? So Guruji and Baba was having this conversation. I think at that time they were the same age. And Baba told Guruji, please let me leave this material body before you. And Guruji said, no, no, no. You're going to stick around because my foremost devotee will be coming from South Africa. And myself, Sean, Mataji, Mrs. Kedden, we sitting, we hearing the story and we sitting there, never thinking that our family is that family that Guruji prophesied in 2021, because I didn't go to India to become a guru. I went to India to celebrate Guru Purnima. I supposed to go in 2011. I supposed to go to India in 2011. I made a committee in the ashram to save their money. Everyone saved their money. When I was about to go, I got a big contract, 50,000 cubes of sand. And I said, Guruji, contract. Jessica, like you know what you'll do. Holiday, Guruji. Holiday, Guruji. Then Jessica and Satish will say, no, man, Guruji won't mind. You'll just tell him. Then Jessica will tell him, see, I won't tell Guru. I leave it to you. Then Satish will brave himself from there, coming home, sitting in the satsang. He'll gain the courage. Then I won't see you on Saturday. I say, no, 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 don't worry, don't worry. Then when they go home, Jessica will ask him, hey, how it went. So don't worry, Jess, I'm coming from there. I know. If you have to do something and satsang is happening, Guru was there as well, all right? Don't feel guilty, but not so much of guilt. Because I looked at 50,000 cubes of sand at 40 Rand a cube. How much is that, Anu? 50,000 cube of sand at 40 Rand a cube. How much is that? Huh? Yes, so I'm thinking, hey, Anu, in 2011, how much money you think 200,000 was compared to today? Hmm? And I'm thinking, like Jessica and Satish and the rest of your Cheryl, you think like that? Guruji, 50,000, 200,000. Person, which way you think I went? 200,000. So that, where we used to go for satsang, that convener had a heavy light account. And that money that we saved, I donated it to the light account, and I didn't go. 2012, again. And just before buying our tickets, again, a huge contract. And we. I told you, Satish Bhai, I'm one of the biggest sinners on this earth. Sometimes I get shocked how I'm sitting here and how my sins got uploaded. Okay? There is going to be one biography. I'm going to get a writer who mustn't see my face. Watson, tomorrow when the lawyer comes to make that will, that biography must be released with my will. I won't be here. I won't see the shocked faces. So when I say I sin, I really sin. Sometimes Sean looks, hey, how my father is sitting. Yeah. So I didn't go in 2011. I didn't go in 2012. In 2013, I got this 200 million rand contract. And I want to tell you, just want to briefly explain to you how I got this contract. Well, you all know I'm sharp. Avir, you know that? Okay, not as a guru. I was on the business world, and my mining operation was in the center of a very huge construction by WK Construction. And they broke rocks on the main Mbumbulu road. And that rocks, huge rocks, millions of tons. They had to put a water sewer pipe and they had to break those rocks. And every time I'm going up, I'm thinking, how can I facilitate? So I went to them. There was a huge cost to take that rock away and go to a dump site. They told me it's about 22 Ks. Then you'll know I'm efficient, you'll know I'm meticulous. I checked my kilometers to our mining operation, just under 5 kilometers. Just under 5 kilometers. Very wide river, and I was looking on how to make a road on the side of the river. Now you can't make a road on the side of a river because it is soggy. These huge rocks, what you think, Dana? Hmm? So I told them, I'm going to take your rocks for free. Aye, they were happy. Their big boys came, I had a meeting with them. So I told them, I'm going to take your rocks for free, but you're going to hire the trucks from me. And you're going to buy my sand. And they did a quick calculation. They still saving about 50% was. And I gave them those years. Sean just started selling sand now for 1,800 delivered. This was in 2013. So they hired the truck from me. They dumping their rocks, and I charged them 3,000 per truck. I hired the trucks for 2,000 per day, and I was making 3,000 rand a day on each, on the three trucks. Then they were bringing in the rock. As they were offloading the rock, I was loading them the sand, and I was charging them 1,800 for the sand. So on the same hired truck. Trisha, I like the story. Interesting, Trisha. And that entire Mbunguntwini, in every road, they needed couple 100,000 cubic meters of sand. If 10 cubic meters was 1,800, how much was 100,000 cubic meters of sand? Cyril, you calculating? That's part of your. Do you understand? All of you? And in the midst of that, I did my first invoice. We went to India. First invoice, we went to India and we came back paupers. Came back paupers. I told you, black tea and brown bread When we had white tea and buttered bread, it was like having cake. You know, when you have fresh cream cake, Trisha, that's what Mataji and I went through. No water for 6 months. Vasan should bring 20 liters of water, Vasan. Mataji should go on her knees and wash clothes in the bathroom for 6 to 8 months. We left a multi-million rand business. I was telling three people here, they came 2 Sundays. They came the first Sundays, I spoke to them for 3 hours. Then I didn't have the phone number to tell them that Nirali changed the satsang from 2 o'clock to 10:30. As the last one of you left, they landed here dressed for a satsang. Then I spent another 3 hours. It was longer than my discourse that I give on a Sunday. That's my karma, that's how I have to pay. And I was explaining to them that myself and Mataji, when you walk in here, when your world is upside down, we see your face. And 2 weeks later, not long, nobody sat long here with a funny face. Ashmika, how long your face took to come right beside Ashmika? When we see Abhi, don't blame me. That face is stuck in that position. And you know I can handle anything. All right. When we see your expression on the third satsang, that is our payment. We can go and have black tea and brown bread again. These people didn't even attend the satsang. They came the first week, lives upside down. You're going to meet them on Sunday. My 3 hours with them, and I gave them a guarantee, when you go home, you're going to sleep like a... Tomorrow morning when you get up, problems will still be there, but you're going to feel light. I do that with everyone. They said, Acharya ji, we slept like a baby. And all of them are old, 58, 60 and 64. So that is all we want from you. We want to see that change. Both of myself and Mataji, we said this at the same time. We just, when you walk in here, the whole world is on your shoulder. When you leave, we take the world and put it on our shoulder. And that is a bona fide satsang. We're not selling books, we're not selling biryanis, we're not selling food. We're selling the potency of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That's what we're selling, and that there's no price to that. That must be delivered free of charge. God must be delivered free of charge. You can come to this ashram anytime. You'll always find me working. Vasan, only when I see Vasan, I take him and run in my room and put my feet up for a quick feet rub. Okay? I'm always working. You think I needed to do this job? But I'm working because this is God's house. And God's house must be the absolute best. Do you know how huge this driveway is? 500 square meters. And we work in 25, 30 square meters every 3 weeks. When you think I'm going to finish? Jessica and Avir asked Sean to bring the drone. He said he got his drone. Whilst we're on a live like this, Sean can run his drone and we can show the driveway. It's hard work. It's hard work. But I'm preparing it so the Lord can walk down a beautiful driveway. Every garden that I prepared here is for the Lord. Everything I do here is for the Lord and you. So I can connect you to the Lord. But in doing that, we have to make sure that those that is also trying to do what I'm doing, but doing it falsely, then I have to expose that. Okay? So I'm just going to round up, come back quickly and round up uh, the beautiful spices satisfied. Sean smelt it in the driveway, and the manager, and our driver. All right? And I thought the curry was cooked. When I ran there, it was still getting braised, Sean. All right? And I promised somebody my discourse will only be 15 minutes because I want to eat quickly. All right? It was a lie. Guru is allowed to lie. But I want to, for those people that think that the Guru is envious, that think it is not right to attack other institutions, that think that the Guru is aggressive, to think that the Guru is spiritually arrogant. This discourse is for them. Veda Vyas is the compiler of all the Vedas. He was here with Lord Sri Krishna and he dictated the Mahabharata to Lord Ganesha, and Lord Ganesha wrote, penned the Mahabharata and the Bhagavad Gita, and this is what he is saying. Who's saying this? Veda Vyas. And where is he saying it? Where is he saying it? In the Mahabharata. Veda Vyas, the compiler of all Vedic knowledge except the Ramayana. Compiler of all Vedic knowledge except the Ramayana. In the Mahabharata, he is saying this. And I'm quoting. After consulting all the Shastras again and again, comma, it is certain without any doubt that Narayana is the only Supreme Self who is to be meditated upon by those who aspire for liberation, as Narayana is the only cause of the universe. I raise my arm and swear that it is the truth and only truth, that there is nothing greater than the Veda as Shastra, and there is nothing superior to Vishnu. You all heard? Who said this? Who said this? Who did I quote? The compiler of all the Vedas. And what is ISKCON saying? What is ISKCON saying? What is Prabhupada saying? That Lord Krishna is the Supreme Lord, that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is a incarnation of Krishna, and in the year 1400 he found a chapter from the Brahma Samhitas, and in that chapter it is stated that Lord Sri Krishna is the Supreme. Who would you believe now? Who would you believe? A person that documented all the Vedas, or some entity that found something? In Sanatana Dharma, is there anything that must be found? Huh? Is God not proving his existence through Dwarika? Is he not proving his existence through Dwarika? Is he not proving his existence in Sri Lanka on that bridge, Ram Setu? Is he not proving his existence? Is he not proving his existence at the Jagannath temple? How is he proving his existence at the Jagannath temple? No. The flag flies in the opposite direction of the wind. Can anyone scientifically ever do that? The flag flies opposite direction of the wind, and there is no shadow, no matter where the sun is. There is no shadow of the top of the temple. Whichever direction the sun goes, there is no shadow. Is that possible in this universe? Is that possible? Can you place anything where there is no shadow? And whatever I'm saying, whoever on this broadcast does not believe me, you are free to Google. And if you're not satisfied with Google, take a flight and go see with your own two eyes, because there are a lot of people, Jessica, and I think Jessica was one of those satisfied. If I can't see it, I can't believe it. Jessica, were you one of those? Okay. She said before she entered here. And the body of Lord Ramanuj is still in its pristine position after 1000 years. He's still there. You can go now, you can Google. I was there in 2018, I was there for 6 days. That body is still there. Have I not given you abundant evidence that ISKCON is a false and a fake institution? 800 temples must be closed. Can my discourse that I give and Swami Prabhupada's discourse and his books, can we coexist? Because we are in total contradiction with each other. Yes? And how many of us must survive? How many? Which one must survive? And where is the truth? In the Vedas. All I did was I produced the absolute truth to you. For 60 years, society was hoodwinked deliberately. Society was hoodwinked deliberately. Why I say deliberately? Because in his commentaries, where he have to confirm the Vedas, he confirms the Vedas. He has no choice, but he has to confirm the Vedas. But everywhere else, he rejects the Vedas and states that his philosophy is superior to the Vedas. Ravana, Hiranyakasipu, all these people did the same thing. Yes, they learned the Vedas, Then they created their own system and they misled the world. So you're going to have gurus who mislead the world, and you're going to have gurus who's going to correct it. 1,000 years ago, Lord Ramanuj corrected this, and 1,000 years later, Acharya Sham Ramanuj is correcting this. No envy. Today I would have been a multi-billionaire. Today I would have been a multi-billionaire. Why must I be envious of anyone? Why must I be jealous of anyone? If I wanted to go see Jessica and Sati, I should have just jumped in my small helicopter, got traffic control. You know the small one, Zuma moves in Jessica. Yeah, just got traffic control. Just flew over there outside the Satish Bhai, had some lovely sausage lunch. You know, so Satish Bhai knows how to make my sausage chutneys and burger, and I should have just flew back. Okay. So I don't need to be envious of anyone. I don't need to be jealous of anyone. I don't need to promote myself. What am I going to get? I was already well known in this country. I was well known in the police force. I was well known in politics. I shook politics in 2001 when I first entered politics. I served my country. I finished do everything. Why would I be jealous or envious? Why would I be sitting here? What can I gain if this is not the absolute truth? What can I gain if this is not the absolute truth? The reason I'm seated here today is because the veil from my eyes has been lifted and I can see the absolute truth, and I have a solution for every living entity in this universe. And whoever has crossed through my system, irrespective of race, religion, caste, or creed, everyone got something from me. Everyone got something from me. Jai Sriman Narayan.